Here's something I never thought I would have to see online. I am not a CIA agent, nor am I employed, nor have I ever been employed by any intelligence agent, department, or agency. And while I'm surprised, I shouldn't be, because when intelligence folks go overseas undercover, they often go under the guise of being tourists, business people, or diplomats. And this has come up a couple times in the past week. One commenter said, if I didn't know better, I would think that you were a deep state insider conducting slow disclosure under guise of your science fiction books. And last week when I was on the Jeff Mara podcast, he asked me the question, and I was surprised, but I answered him. But one of the commenters below said, did you notice? She hesitated. She didn't fully answer it. So here I am, answering, how can people tell I'm not a CIA agent? Well, it's a little tricky because, overseas, it's hard to tell. I mean, there are things I could look for, but these folks are undercover. I'm not going to endanger anybody. Back home stateside, it's a lot easier because of what people work on or not. So one example that I think proves I'm not a CIA agent is when I returned to Washington, D.C. after 4 years in Tallinn, Estonia. I'd only been on the job for 2 weeks. So I came in early, like an hour before anyone else, so I could read up on the files and learn the portfolio because I didn't have a background in this. I was on the Canada desk. I was doing environmental work. So one morning I walked in and the phone was ringing off the hook. So I answered it. Canada desk, how can I help you? And the voice on the other end said, ma'am, we need your authorization to violate a treaty. I thought, man, this job is going to be more fun than I thought it was going to be. So I asked him to tell me more. And this was the day after the big energy blackout in Ontario, Canada, and the Northeast United States. And the problem is that the Canadians needed to hold back more water from the Niagara River in order to cool off their nuclear power plants. But there is a U.S.-Canada Niagara River Treaty that says exactly how much water the United States can divert, how much water the Canadians can divert, because you need a certain amount of water to continue over the fall so everyone can enjoy this beautiful natural spectacle. And so the Maid of the Mist boat can keep on sailing and showing the tourists and making money. Okay, I was alone in the office. It was only my second week there. But I thought, Maid of the Mist or nuclear power plant? I thought, yeah. So I told the guy to go ahead. I gave authorization to violate the treaty. And then he made me say it again slowly into the phone. I'm sure he was recording it so he wouldn't get into trouble later on. And I guess the Canadians did the same thing. And later on, we fixed the treaty by creating a memorandum of understanding. We are covering our asses after the fact, that allowed more water to be taken out of the Niagara River under emergency circumstances if both countries agreed. So, why does that prove I'm not some sort of intelligence agent? Because the intelligence agents don't do this stuff. They don't get involved in the treaties. They don't negotiate them. They don't write them. So, this is what I do. Of course, in my books, I have a lot of government stuff. I have a quarter century of working in bureaucracies, not only with the State Department, but with other agencies, because we all have to do it. We all have to work together. So I have a lot of that legitimate background. And I'm really interested in UFOs and disclosures. So I can get the background and stick in all these conspiracy theories, but maybe they're not. and weave them into a story. If you read my books, you would enjoy them. But you probably wouldn't be surprised by anything that's in them. Check them out. Link is in the bio.